Time for baseball now on a Wednesday night in the windy city of Chicago. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game interleague series between the Washington Nationals and the Chicago White Sox. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. Coming up, Miguel Gonzalez is on the mound for Game 2. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, last year he had an ERA over 4. For a starting pitcher, that's a bit high. Looking to have a better year this season.
Daniel Murphy is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And, Eric, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They come into this one in decent form as despite the loss last time out, they've won 6 of their last 9.
And you've got a couple of clubs here that are each in first place in their divisions coming in. You start to wonder, maybe this could even possibly be a World Series preview. But granted, it may be a bit premature, but each of these teams is at least in the conversation.
So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate, Rusty Valentine.
Yeah, Rusty Valentine. What a great name. Besides that, he's known for being pretty spot on when it comes to calling pitches on the corners. If he misses one, it's usually up or down.
The 1-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And reined in, one away. Bryce Harper will step forward now. Currently third in the National League batting race to begin play.
And he also leads the league in slugging, so that means he's not just slapping singles all over the place.
And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit. Ryan Zimmerman will stride forward now, looking to keep that hit streak alive. Currently at 6 games entering play. In there at the knees, strike 1.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over. And he's able to jump ahead.
And he is cruising now. It's 0-2. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Still now on 1-2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So they get to him for a couple of hits in the inning here, but they've got nothing to show for it. Now it's the White Sox turn in a scoreless ballgame. Joe Ross is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Nationals. EK, what do you got?
Well, remember, guys, he's a young pitcher, still garnering a lot of experience, and he has a lot of upside. If he continues to improve, he's going to be around this league for a very long time. I can't wait to watch him in this league.
Melky Cabrera will stand in now, currently 5th in the American League in hitting.
Well, right now he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of what a guy's going to have to offer.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Worth is under it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Batting third,
Jose Abreu gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Harper is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side. Clint Robinson will stand in as he'll get a break from playing the field and be the DH here in this one.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have here in an interleague ballgame. You give him a little bit of a break from the field, but you still keep that big bat in the lineup.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. That's still on his mind.
Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. Skied into straightaway right. Eaton shading to his right. 1 down. Jason Worth will stride in now as he'll enter play as the second leading hitter in the entire National League.
And he has a top 5 on-base percentage as well.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Hit to third. Frazier's up with it. On to first, and Worth is set down. There are 2 away.
Batting 7.
Wilson Ramos into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. Into the seats, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Ooh, you might have felt the squeeze on that one. That might just change the whole complexion of the at-bat.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Todd Frazier steps in, hoping to get things going at the plate. You can see it's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games.
Todd Frazier.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up and taken in out there for the first out. Deoner Navarro strides forward for the first time, and he's been in a bit of a slump recently. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Worth has it in his tracks. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Brett Laurie will get his first shot at it here, and he's got to be hoping to turn things around because you see the numbers over the last 5 games. Not much going on there at all. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Harper. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Down in order go the White. Michael Taylor will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, you kind of just take his batting average with a grain of salt because you know he's never been known as one of those good major league hitters.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, a little surprising you wouldn't pull the trigger on that one right there. This isn't anything fancy. Just a right over the top 4-seam fastball. Absolutely frozen.
Trey Turner will get his first shot now, and he's seen that average climb a bit here recently thanks to what he's done over the course of these last 5 ball games. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. And another foul ball. 3rd inning, no score to this point. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
Well, you know when you get 2 strikes on you, you go into that protection mode up there at the plate. Let's see where this pitch winds up. Oh, yeah. That thing's nowhere near the strike zone, and that's a good job of making a guy go fishing for something he didn't really want to hit.
Here's Daniel Murphy now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And a curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee high.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We've played Avisail Garcia for to begin the inning. 7, 8, 9 to start the home 3rd.
They're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. Bat explodes as this has popped up.
Well, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
Swing and a flare hit toward right. Harper over to his right. And that's the first out of the inning.
Batting 8.
One out here in the Chi Sox third. And that'll bring in the former MVP, shortstop Jimmy Rollins. Right side, hit hard. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. Throw will not be in time at first. A good effort that time, but not enough to prevent them from getting a one-out base runner. Austin Jackson will stand in, and he wasn't alone in wearing the collar in last night's ball game, in which the team could muster all of 1 run. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Runner goes for second. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And it is too late as Rollins is able to take second here. So he's in safely there following the one-out steal of second. And with that, we take you to our team leaderboard to display the clubs with the most stolen bases so far this year.
Well, Matt, they're near the top of the league in that category. As you can see right here, they definitely got some wheels in this lineup. If you don't keep these guys close, they will run on you all game long.
Takes this the other way to right, and that's in there. Base hit. Around third, Rollins heading for the plate. The throw home. The tag by Ramos, and they got him at home plate. Adam Eaton will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first.
And he only saw a couple pitches, too. And that's great for the pitcher when you can get an easy leadoff out like that.
Jackson goes high in the air out to center field. Taylor moves over, and that ends the inning. A man left for the White Sox. Will head. Anthony Rendon will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Ground ball right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single. So a base hit for him has him aboard to start out their half of the fourth as we take a look at the league leaderboard in hits.
He's right in there among the National League leaders. 5th best at the moment. And I'll tell you, it almost looks like BP when he steps up to the plate. Putting together another nice performance in this one, too.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Smoked on the ground left side, and that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. Ryan Zimmerman will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. First and second here with nobody out. Lined hard toward right center. That's in there. Base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out. Clint Robinson will dig in here with the bases loaded now and their best opportunity yet to get on the board.
They've had a few chances and come up empty, so they can't let this one get away from them.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Now with 2 strikes, he can put the ground ball on the back burner and really go after the strikeout here.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Oh, and he struck him out. A big strikeout there with the bases loaded, and that's the first out of the inning. Bases are loaded here with 1 away. And here's the left fielder, Jason Worth. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Oh, high. Deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one. Number 10 for him on the year. And the Nationals have now taken a 4-0 lead. Down the third baseline. But this will get foul for strike 2. Swing and a liner. Foul. 4 runs here in this half inning. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, I'm sure he's thinking that this strikeout comes one batter too late, but this is where you can really get a good measure of the type of pitcher he is. I mean, does he fold up the 10 after the grand slam, or does he come back strongly? The answer says a lot about a guy.
Hit hard up the middle, but that finds its way through for a base hit.
Boy, they are really sticking it to him right here. That's the 5th hit he's coughed up in this inning alone, and you got to believe that that leash is getting a little bit shorter.
Meanwhile here, a stolen base attempt is not going to work out as they put the tag on him to end the inning. But the damage in the leading Melky Cabrera, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Swung on and chopped up the middle. A barehand play by Murphy. No chance to get him at first. A great effort on that one, but it'll be scored a base hit. Settling in now, Jose Abreu. He flew out in his last at-bat. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. In the air to straightaway right. Harper posts under it. He's got it 1 away. Striding into the box, Todd Frazier. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
Taylor is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Now batting.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and standing in is the catcher Deander Navarro. Here comes the first pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. Underhanded flip. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. White Sox leave 1. They trail here 4-0. Trey Turner will come in now to lead things off against our starter, who probably wishes he had a mulligan to use on that last inning.
Yeah, he was doing just fine up until the last time he took the mound. He's got to hope that that was just an aberration, or he might not stick around to see another inning.
And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Daniel Murphy will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the 2nd out.
Third baseman
Anthony Rendon will stride in. Popped out and singled in his 2 trips.
Yeah, and he made just a little adjustment last time coming off of that pop-up the first time around, and he got himself a base knock. That's what the good ones do.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. And a strike to even the count, 1-1. 4 runs, 7 hits. 1 error thus far for the Nationals. Hit hard on the ground to second. Lowry's there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Home half. Brett Lowry will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Avisail Garcia is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Oh, boy, he is attacking hitters in this one. Another first pitch strike right there, and he's up right around 90% in that category so far.
I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2. Hit out towards second. Gloved by Murphy. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
Well, that's just good pitching right there. Really ties him up with that fastball in on the hands. And he hits just a simple ground ball there for the easy out.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the former MVP, shortstop Jimmy Rollins. Into the windup and the pitch. That's to first. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 7 in a row he's set down now as the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Bryce Harper will stand in, and he'll lead off in the Washington 6th.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
If you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just one finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And quickly 2 are gone now here in the visitors' half of the 6th.
Up next for the Nationals, the designated hitter, Clint Robinson.
Clint Robinson will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And it looks like he's rebounded pretty well from that rough inning a couple innings back. He put up a 0 last time, and he's close to doing it again.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. We'll get a look at Austin Jackson when we come back. It's the Nationals 4 and the White Sox nothing. Austin Jackson will start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance, you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Adam Eaton will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far. On the ground to second base, this could be 2. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out. 1 out for Chicago here in the 6th, and striding in is the left fielder Melky Cabrera. Hit on the ground to short. On to first, and Cabrera's a ground out victim. 2 away.
And a lot of times, you might say, 4-run lead, we'll make that up. But I tell you, the way he's throwing the ball right now, they might be fortunate just to get 1 run off him.
Liner towards second. Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. Back here on the south side of Chicago. Nationals on top in this one as we get ready for the 7th. But first, let's check out the game summary to see how we got here. Jake Petrichka is on the pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. Jason Worth stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Grounded to third. Frazier is there. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, catcher, Wilson Ramos.
Wilson Ramos will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. On the ground near home. Navarro gonna have to hurry. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting,
Michael Taylor will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1.
0-2.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Jackson is under it. And that's the 3rd out. Nationals gone in order. They lead it 4-0. Todd Frazier will dig in again. He popped up in his first plate appearance and flew out last time around.
Well, he's putting the ball in play, but clearly getting under it too much right now. It'd be nice for him to stay through one right here.
Here comes the 0-1. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Boy, I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
And a rather easy first out.
Another guy retired there. You see his pitching line to this point. It's phenomenal. Just 2 hits. Both of them are singles. He's hardly even been in trouble. Thorough domination so far.
Deoner Navarro comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, if there's anybody in this lineup capable of getting a rally started, this is the guy right here.
That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And he's able to get back in there at first safely.
And they finally break through for hit number 3 of this ball game, though. It took them 7 innings to do it. That is not the kind of offensive performance that's going to win you too many ball games.
This is flared right back over the mound. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far. Avisail Garcia will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Now a first pitch changeup here. Too far inside. It's 1-0. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. A throw behind the runner at second. Back in standing. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. inside, and he falls behind the hitter now 2-0.
And now at the plate with a 2-0 count, it's not just, hey, this has to be a strike. You've got to look for one pitch in one location and then let it rip.
Hard hit ball to second, and that's in there. Base hit. And they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base. Jimmy Rollins will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
Oh, now a ball hit well out to the alley in right center. And I don't think anyone's going to get to this one. This is going to get down for extra bases. 2 runs have scored, but not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Maybe he's pitching a little too loose here with a 4-run cushion. He's going to give 3 of those runs right back here on this double. I'm getting the feeling that we are in for a very interesting finish.
Blake Trinan will get the call now as he'll try to get the final 2 outs and send this one along into the 8th. Grounded back up the middle. Turner takes it in. On to first, and Jackson's retired. 2 away now.
The right fielder, number 1.
Adam Eaton will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he could make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
Turner scoops it up. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as the side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. Nationals on top, 4-3. Trey Turner comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. Frazier over to his left. Throw will not be in time as a perfect bunt there nets him a base runner to lead off the inning. And hold on a minute now. It looks like we may see that last call challenged here. The call on the field was safe, but it was definitely a bang-bang play and tough for us to tell at full speed.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's one more look at it right here. Tough to tell for sure from that angle. We'll have to wait and see what the signal is from the dugout.
Here's Daniel Murphy now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
The batter,
Anthony Rendon gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
And he's probably not going to throw too many first pitch changeups. That's a pretty darn good call.
Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Nothing doing for Washington, but they hang on to a 1-run lead, 4-3. Melky Cabrera will stand in to lead things off as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. On the ground up the middle. And that's through into center field, so the tying run's aboard to kick off the inning. Jose Abreu will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
High in the air and deep to left center field. Worth going back. No chance to make a play here as this one's off the wall, and this could tie the game. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Third baseman, number 21.
So striding in, Todd Frazier, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0.
Even though this is still just a one-run game, this thing could get ugly in a hurry. So if you've got an out pitch, you better pull it out of the bag right now.
And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now. 3-0 now. Green light here on 3-0.
Yeah, I want my run producers swinging the bat. It's my number 7 hitter? Probably not.
This is hit high and deep out to left. Looking up is Worth. And as is heard on television all throughout Chicagoland, you can't put it on the board. Yes!
Your attention, please.
So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. Home run number 16 for him on the year, and it's now 6-4. Here's the catcher, Deoner Navarro, as he'll go after the first pitch and send a ground ball down to third. Throw on to first, and they're finally able to get on the board here. There's one away. Brett Laurie digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. Hit the other way out toward right field. Harper will wait on it. And that's out number 2.
The batter, designated hitter,
Avisail Garcia steps in. He scored after reaching on a single his last time up. First offering on its way. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one. Ground ball left side. And the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. Sox get 3 thanks to this 3-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Nationals. It's a 2-run lead now. It's 6-4. David Robertson is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth. Kicking off the top of the ninth, Bryce Harper, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. And here's a foul tip into the catcher's glove, moves it to 0-2 now.
And here's where you don't need to be an RBI guy. You don't need to be a home run guy. You have to be a leadoff guy. Just get on base somehow to give that tying run on deck a shot.
Ryan Zimmerman will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to first takes care of Zimmerman for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Clint Robinson.
Clint Robinson makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the ninth inning.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
And he'll make the catch here to end it, and the White Sox have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Well, you know, some late-game heroics in the bottom of the 8th were what proved to be the difference as they rallied back to win in front of a very enthusiastic home crowd.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he only had one hit, but he definitely made it count. A big home run that turned out to be the decisive blow in the ballgame.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The White Sox...